Indiana Jones 5. We got an Indiana Jones 5 update, guys, and we're going to talk about that today on the show. You're watching Mirror Domain's Movie News, your place for entertainment headlines. Let's get right into it. Indiana Jones 5 director James Mangold asks for patience in a production update. Okay, well, we know that Indiana Jones 5 is coming in the works, and it's due out next summer, guys. Next June is the actual release date. And this article is up on Hollywood Reporter if you want to go check it out. It's just a quick little little bite here. Although I've been cutting while shooting, I officially start editing Indy today. To all those asking about trailers and teasers, still drops and first looks and other sneak peeks, this is the right place to look for info in but it's just a bit too soon, and you'll have to be patient, and that's it? No, that can't be it, guys. Is that all the Indiana Jones 5 update is? Are people going to really market this as the big story of the day? That, hey, they're working on the editing now, and it's only a matter of time now until we get a teaser. But we have to be patient. Okay. Well, all right. If that's all it is, fine. But you know what? I'm still excited for Indiana Jones 5. I still want to see James Mangold take this property because it's just going to be a different flavor. James Mangold obviously did Logan, Ford v Ferrari, and such. And he said this on his Twitter, where he said, that quote, although I've been cutting and while shooting, they officially start the editing today. So we should hopefully expect a teaser or a trailer or something along the lines soon. We've seen behind the scenes photos of Indiana Jones 5, and good. They're starting the next phase of the post-production process, and I'll have to keep my eye on that for sure. You're watching Mirror Domain's Movie News, your place for entertainment headlines. If you know how the show works, guys, we actually do talk about the movie news headlines. We just talked about the Indiana Jones 5 story. There's a bit of a Batman box office update we got to do, and you know about that. I spoke about that yesterday. Andy Serkis talks about his character in the Batman. Carmine Falcone, the guy who played him. John Turturro talks about his role in the Batman. We have a little bit of an update, a tweak of that Gotham PD story yesterday where it's got put on hold or canceled. It's pretty much canceled, guys. And we'll talk about that. Kraven the Hunter, Aaron Taylor-Johnson is going to be talking about Kraven the Hunter. Hey, what's going on here? OBS says it's disconnected. Why? Reconnected. Okay, sorry about that, guys. OBS just said that disconnected. I don't know why. I'm not on Wi-Fi, am I? No, I'm not on Wi-Fi. That was really weird. I apologize for that. That's out of my control. Strange. It shouldn't have done that. That's the first time I've ever seen a thing like that. But guys, Fuzz in the live chat says, hey, how's it going? Hey, man, how's it going? So it's a live show, if you don't know, Monday to Friday, 12 p.m. Eastern. And we talk about these headlines that you can find in time codes in the description and comments below if you're watching us afterwards. And we move through these topics pretty quick. I try to give it to you as straight as I can. And hopefully OBS and YouTube will not mess me up with little glitches like we just got. So Indiana Jones 5 we just talked about. Let's go on and move to talk about the Batman. The Batman flies even higher with 134 million box office debut in the domestic numbers. Now, I mentioned this yesterday that, it reported that it was going to be 128.5, but now it's being adjusted for 134. And I think that's just those IMAX numbers that came in. Sunday's estimates were 128.5, but after everything was collected, it's 134. Hey, this happens because this came out earlier than the Thursday in places. So it did get adjusted, and let's take a look at the box office mojo numbers here for the Batman to officially put it in as 134 million, 124 million internationally, and worldwide 258.2 million worldwide. 258 million. And that's good because the budget was like around 200 million plus marketing. So it's made its money back now, and it's going to go into the making profit. And we all knew that. Everybody's been liking the Batman, and it was number one last weekend at the charts, with Uncharted as number 2, Dog, Spider-Man No Way Home, and Death on the Nile rounding out the top 5. And it's going to have a long run here, guys. This next week, it's not going to have any real competition. It's going to be clear to be number 1 for 2 or 3 weeks here in a row. So that's it. That's the adjustment on the Batman story. Let's move on. Andy Serkis in the Batman. Andy Serkis talks about his role as Alfred in the Batman in this article from Hollywood Reporter, and I recommend that you guys go and check out this article. These are always good reads. If you were a fan of the movie and you want to learn more about it, like they go into talk about their inspirations, they go into talk about their angles, and I only wanted to highlight a few things from this article. Where he says, yeah, this is like art. This is like a next level thing. But he talks about his role here. Alfred is very much out of sorts. Being a military man, he is used to rules. He's used to rules and regulations, structure and precision. I wanted him to have that military solidarity in the way he dressed and carried himself, which is ruffled with Bruce's nihilism and refusal to listen to him anymore. It's a relationship built on shifting sands, and you definitely got that in the movie. And that's one of the things that I didn't like in the movie, was that their relationship was strained, because you always saw them depicted as like being partners in it, right? And they were at a stage in their relationship where they were at odds with each other. And I understood it for the story, but I just didn't like to see that, because I always like to prefer to see them in a partner working side by side, trying to figure things out. And they sort of do, but they just don't do it together. Like Alfred will be working by himself and such. And Andy Serkis did a good job, and they talk about that scene, the one scene between them, the big scene, and how difficult it was to move through that hospital scene, and how they tried different takes on it and such. So go read this article. You read about it and you hear that Andy Serkis was the guy who wanted to have like scars on his face and such, and that's cool. That's cool, because that means that Matt Reeves was open to having this be like a collaboration. And when you hear directors do that, that's really cool, that they're willing to collaborate on it. But if you want to read that article, go check that out. Those are the highlights, the snippets from it. Moving on with the Batman, John Turturro plays Falcone in this, the big Carmine Falcone, the big bad guy, or the mob boss guy. And we knew that there's mob in Gotham. So and he did a great job in this. He's a standout in this too. And he's got some great quotes in here about how it was, once again, it was his idea to bring in the glasses. He thought he wanted to have that. And this article goes in and talks about all of this stuff. So I feel like that's really cool. And he talks about his take on how the Batman and how this all came around. He has a quote here that's very interesting. I think there are people who tell you I didn't do something, even if they did do it. And then after time, they believe the alternate version that they created. And that's the angle that he wanted to use. Now, does that sound very topical? Does that sound very recent? Like somebody in the big news in the States was somebody like that? Actually, still a lot of people are like that. That's a bummer. But yeah, he wanted to use that angle, and that comes across, because he was very menacing in the movie. He played that crime lord very, very well. And that's Oswald Cobblepot right behind him there. That scene is at the funeral scene. So if this is the scene where, hey, if you need to go use the washroom, go and check it out during this scene. Although he was cool in it. And he goes on to talk a little bit more about his character and the glasses. I just wanted to share that with you guys. He said, I thought I need a mask. And then I went to the lady where I buy all my vintage glasses. And I found these glasses. I wore them in the film, and Matt loved them, because a lot of these guys did wear glasses when they testified. So he was drawing from different inspirations, realistic inspirations, and I feel that's cool. John Turturro is always great. He's always a standout. He's just, yeah, he's awesome in the Batman. Gotham GCPD series has evolved into Arkham series. So yesterday when we said the GCPD series was canceled and put on hold, well, I guess it has been officially been transformed into this Arkham series, because I was thinking yesterday, well, Matt Reeves also talked about this Arkham series, so what's this going to be? The Arkham series will be like a horror in this GCPD series, which was going to be about this corrupt cop that wasn't Gordon, that wasn't Batman or anything like that. It was just about another cop in the Gotham City, and that's it. So I was kind of like, I don't know if I really want to see that, but it's kind of evolved into the Arkham series, where we'll see the villains of Batman, hopefully. Let's just read this quote. Maybe it'll help clarify the issue. GCPD, that story has kind of evolved. We're actually now moving more into the realm of exactly what would happen in the world of Arkham coming off our movie, and some of the villain characters, again, in their origins. Okay, well, cool, that's good. Do like a villain a week, almost leaning into the idea of it's like a horror movie or like a haunted house that is Arkham. Yeah, I like that. The idea of the way that Gotham is a character in the movie, I really want Arkham to exist as a character. So you'd go into the environment and encounter these characters in ways that feels fresh. So our work on Gotham, that story started to evolve, and it started to feel like, wait, we should just really lean into this, and that's kind of where it's gone. So the GCPD thing has evolved into this Arkham thing. Okay, good. Good, because we do have the Penguin spinoff, and now we got this Arkham thing kind of being developed, and this is much more intriguing to me than just having this nobody cop, which probably would have been Bullock. We've seen that in Gotham, the TV series, so it was still, yeah, okay. Take it to the Arkham series better. That's much better. The Batman is edgy, and yeah, we've seen all this quote, but we just needed to make that little correction there about the clarifying of that story of the Batman being canceled, but now it's going to apparently be evolved into the Arkham series. Okay, all right, that's cool. What do you guys think about these Batman stories? Let me know in the comments below, and we will talk about it. We are going to move on to Kraven the Hunter now. Kraven the Hunter is coming out soon with Aaron Taylor Johnson. Aaron Taylor Johnson opens up about portraying Kraven the Hunter. It's just a small quote, and it's really nothing too much, but it's got a mock-up here of sort of what he looks like, and I thought it was cool. The actor who currently stated with the film's director, J.C. Chandor, said, "I'm good. I'm in England. I'm not in London, but just outside, close to the production office. I'm staying here because I've got a bunch of stunt training to do for this movie. So the director and I are bunking up for the next couple of weeks." So they're getting ready to shoot this, and he's going to be doing a lot of stunts. It sounds like he's going to be doing the stunt work a lot by himself. He's got a quote, "You do come at it from another angle, which is back to front for me. It's like you're coming at it from the physical aspect, because that's what you can see from a comic book. You go, oh, he looks like that, so I had to look like that. You see that, and then you start to backtrack and dig deeper and go, there is where he is and originates from. That's where he originates from. Then he has his relationship and that relationship, and you hope that they're going to portray something that you can bring to life." And this is kind of like the little mock-up there, and I think that's cool. Fan favorite role of Kraven. And he says it challenges you, of course. And hopefully it'll lead into a series that will, or at least it'll bring it in where he faces off against Tom Holland's Spider-Man. Because I think that's what people want to see. People have been wanting Kraven the Hunter for a long time, and I hope that we eventually get into that role. But that's the quote from Aaron Taylor Johnson. That's the Kraven the Hunter story, guys. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below, and we will talk about it. All right, Fuzz, I really don't know what this Criterion flash sale is, and why are you telling me that it starts now? Guys, we're going to pause and just take a look at what this Criterion flash sale is. If it's, it better be something of note. The Criterion flash sale. It's not. Okay. That kind of lost my spot here. Because you said it twice, dude. That's why. You said it twice, so you made it seem like it was super breaking. All right. The Lion King 2 prequel, or what the heck's going on here? Lion King, Barry Jenkins explains why he wanted to direct the prequel. Prequel? Really? Okay, well then, hey, did you like the Lion King remake? Okay, so what's going on here? He apparently, there's a script, and he read about 40 pages. I turned to Lulu Wang and I said, "Holy S, this is good." As I kept reading, I got further away from the side of my brain that said, "Oh, a filmmaker like you doesn't make a film like this," and allowed myself to get into the place where these characters, this story is connecting. Guys, I don't know why OBS is disconnecting today. There shouldn't be anything else going on in the background. I apologize for this show. If this is really going to be muddled, I will try to stitch it together afterwards, after it goes stops being live. That's what I'll do. I'll stitch it together after it goes up, and we'll try to cut out some of these things that are not working for some reason. But that's the Lion King 2 story, guys. Or the Lion King prequel story. We're just continuing on here, trying to make this thing work. Maybe my computer's doing an update or something, but it shouldn't be doing that. Arnold Schwarzenegger offers updates for his Triplets movie, and he's got a Netflix documentary coming out, and more. What's this? And more. Yeah, there's something in this article that was over on Joe Blow, and it was taken from something else too. But he was talking about this documentary he's working on. It's about his life, his career in bodybuilding, movies, and politics. And then he went on to talk about something else that was a little bit odd. He's working on a TV series based on True Lies. He's a secret agent, and his family doesn't know that he's a secret agent. So it has nothing to do with True Lies, but he's based on True Lies. As the story develops, I don't know that my own daughter that I thought was a Peace Corps overseas is actually a secret agent. So it's like comedy and action all combined, like True Lies. So it's not really like True Lies. Okay. But let's talk about the Twins 3 news here. We had a little setback because the man was supposed to be directing because Ivan Reitman passed on. He directed the first one. Ivan Reitman had passed away. We're going to wait a little bit to this whole thing cools down, and then we're going to readdress it. But that's a project that's supposed to film in October. But we just have to look now into a different director and see if we're going to continue with this project. And I was reading this on Coming Soon last night too, and the major quotes from it were the reactions were that, guys, you shouldn't even make Twins 3. It put it to rest. It's one of those franchises. It wasn't even a franchise. It was one of those things that, okay, it was funny when you were trying to develop it with Eddie Murphy, but now it's just too little, too late, guys. It's yeah. Let that rest. Put it to rest. Don't make it, because it's just, yeah. All right. This is another big story of the day. God of War TV series being considered by Prime Video. Okay. Well, we thought that God of War would get made into either a movie or something, but I guess it's being considered. It's being developed too. So the God of War TV series is being developed by Mark Fergus and Hawk Otsby, creators and executive producers of The Expanse. Okay. The video game series follows, yeah, we know what that is. So it's being developed, and they're considering making this over on Amazon Prime. As a series, and I think that'll be better than actual making it a movie, because then you get time to develop the characters, and if anything, if it has the same kind of budget, production budget, and that kind of flair that the new Halo series has, then I think people will definitely buy into it for sure. God of War, I think that's awesome. That's a great idea. What do you guys think? Because there was that talk that The Rock was going to be working on something, and that's just the way that it works, guys. The Rock was going to work on something, but I guess it's not going to be Gears of War. I heard that The Rock was going to be working on Call of Duty, so that's the way that works. And there's really not much more I can say about that. If it's going to be a series, I think that's much better. And my OBS is really messing up. I'm looking at my YouTube stream, and it looks like that's fine, but for some reason my My audio mixer here is saying that everything is fine too. My stats say that everything is fine. I don't know why it's disconnecting all the time. So I apologize if that's not looking all that great. All right, let's just move on. Let's move on. Emilia Clarke in Secret Invasion. You know that this is a series coming out and it's got Emilia Clarke. We got a set photo here of her being pinned down in somebody's paparazzi picture here. You can't see much, guys. It's just her. See her lying down here on the concrete. That's her right there. And that's it. That's all there is to see. There's some guy in a motion capture suit there, pins her down, and then they move on to a next shot or something. But it's really hard to see, and you can barely see that it's her. But the Secret Invasion series, it's going to have Nick Fury in it, Samuel L. Jackson, and Ben Mendelsohn from Captain Marvel. Supposed to be coming out late 2022. Okay, will be 6 episodes. Secret Invasion. A sect of shape-shifting aliens, the Skrulls, have infiltrated all aspects of life on Earth. But that's it, Emilia Clarke. I always pay attention to her. I follow her on social media, so that's how I know about it. Let's move on to some. Let's move on to some various headlines. This show hasn't gone very well. It's kind of gone off the rails. This whole OBS thing has thrown me off. But we'll try to go through these various headlines as quickly as I can so that we don't lose scope of the show. Jurassic Park cast reunites with a sweet photo of Pratt and Howard. And actually, this came to us by Bryce Dallas Howard, somebody I follow on social media, another person I follow on social media. And she just shared this photo of the whole cast there. Jeff Goldblum, Sam Neill, Laura Dern. Yeah, there's Bryce Dallas Howard. Just her smile is just awesome. Colin Trevorrow, Chris Pratt. He was in the new trailer too that came out yesterday. Maybe we'll talk about that towards the end of the show. Mamadou Achi. He was in Archive 81, and if you like horror, it's on Netflix right now. Go watch that because he's the main character in Archive 81, and he does a really good job in selling that show. And I don't know who that woman is. I apologize. But there's the cast, and it was kind of cool just to see them all together and have that picture out there for us. That was cool. Hocus Pocus 2 star teases Sanderson sisters' incredible return. And this is something that comes out later this year too. I think it's right before Halloween too, so that's good. Basically, that's not even a picture. Well, this is like the only new picture of them, right? It was incredible. All the ladies are back for Hocus Pocus 2. They truly haven't missed a step. And it was so incredible to be in the movie and watch them putting the old hats back on and being those old characters, the sisters. It was so much fun. So Hocus Pocus 2, that's good, and that's a good sign that they had good chemistry and they were working well with each other. And I'm just curious to see where this goes afterwards because they were defeated in the first one, obviously. And it's just fun. It's a fun for the younger crowd, like my nieces will be around this age where she enjoys these kinds of movies around the Halloween time. Of course, we prefer Halloween type movies. Gal Gadot teases filming start on a new Netflix spy movie in the behind-the-scenes image. This Netflix movie is going to be called Heart of Stone. And I follow Gal Gadot. That's how I know about this stuff too, because she is my Wonder Woman, and I will always watch what she's going to be in. And the cast has Alia Bhatt and Jamie Dornan, and it's just like this romantic thriller, crime drama kind of thing. But we'll take a look at this behind the set photo here. There she is. Yeah. Okay. So it's not much, guys. It doesn't even look like it's in the movie. It's just like production stills of her in her costume. Heart of Stone is going to be called the movie. And this Alia Bhatt is a Bollywood actress, and she was just in this trailer, and she's going to be in this movie Well, that's out now, actually. It should be out on Gangubai Kathiawadi. And I watched this trailer. I did a trailer reaction for this. You can find that out in the social medias on my Facebook page and on Mirror Domains India. And I like that trailer. It looked like a political kind of thing. And we'll have to see her with Gal Gadot. Cool. I like that mix-up. I like that a lot. Sholto Copley and Famke Janssen are going to be joining a Sam Raimi-produced thriller. Sholto Copley is one of my favorite actors right now. One of those actors that flies under the radar, but he's always great and fantastic in everything that he's in. He just takes it to that next level. He's very much like Colin Farrell in that way. He's one of my favorite actors that I'll always pay attention to, like Vincent D'Onofrio level kind of gravitas that he brings to everything. Awesome. Famke Janssen, can't go wrong with her. She's awesome. So what is this about? What's this movie called? It's called Boy Kills World. The logline reads, a deaf-mute man in a dystopian landscape who seeks vengeance for his murdered family by accepting the aid of a mysterious stranger. Okay. But it sounds like these two will just be like background characters. They won't be the main characters for this movie. Boy Kills... It was announced in 2021 from director Moritz Moore, who will adapt the screenplay. The Boy announced Bill Skarsgård, who's also in this movie. Okay, Samara Weaving, cool. Well, we like her, and I really do hope that Famke Janssen turns this around, because she's a great actress. She went through a little bit of a trial there. She kind of got into that, what do they call that, body dysmorphia or something. She got injections and fillers in her face and kind of, she tampered with it. And I wish people wouldn't do that, because she was so beautiful, and if she just aged beautifully, she would have aged naturally beautifully, but she put in some fillers and it kind of messed up her look a little bit. But hopefully, I can look beyond that, because she's still talented and I'm still rooting for her. Okay, what's the final story of today for the various headlines? Adam, project director, wants to make a Marvel or Star Wars movie. Well, who doesn't? Sean Levy. And this guy also directed Free Guy with Ryan Reynolds. And Adam Project comes out this weekend, comes out this Friday, and we'll do a watch along with that for sure. But he's got a big quote about it. So what did he say exactly about this? I appreciate that. I certainly find both Star Wars and Marvel Universe compelling. It would have been the right moment, the right story, but those would definitely be tantalizing opportunities. And other than that, I have to say I really want to keep making movies that refuse to be only one thing. Well, I don't know about that. We'll talk about that in a second. That are a hybrid of heart and laughter and spectacle. Okay, so he wants them to be heart. And you can do that all the time with Marvel movies. You see that, heart, laughter, and spectacle. So maybe that's a fit, because those are my favorite kinds of movies. They don't get made that often anymore, and I feel really lucky that I've been able to make 2 in a row that are also original, and I don't ever take that for granted either. Okay. All right, so he wants to throw his hat into the ring to make a Marvel movie or a Star Wars movie. Get in line for Star Wars, because who knows how that's going to work. And if you do get hired on, there's a high chance that you might get fired. But my hopes are that, okay, that's okay. It's just the mixture of heart, laughter, and spectacle. That's fine. But it's when you mix into drama with that, that's where you get into trouble. That's where you get into real trouble. That's one of the reasons why I'm not a fan of Edgar Wright, because I was told that certain movies were the funniest movies ever, and they turned out to be more dramatic pieces than anything. Okay. And I would really like to see Bryce Dallas Howard take on a Star Wars movie. That's where I'm at with that. But that's pretty much the way that it's been today, guys. In the realm of movie news, let's keep it a little bit of a shorter show today, because I got to run out and do some errands. I'll try to look at this one thing it's the last time. Flash sale. Criterion. flash sale. Hey, if you're into old movies, then go ahead, go grab that. Do you like the Criterion? I like to watch those videos on YouTube every now and then when you get an actor or a director coming in and they'll do, like, what is it, like The Closet? Their picks from the Criterion libraries. I like to listen to what they pick out of that. I'm fine. I'm never going to financially recover from this. Okay, there it is. However, you should hurry up and grab some classic films on Blu-ray. The new sale only goes until March 9th, tomorrow, 12 p.m. So you got 24 hours, guys, to go out and check out this Criterion flash sale. If you prefer hard media. But that's it. That's all you got for today. I think that's all. King Richard. Zoe Kravitz, yeah, says she did not like the area where Big Little Lies was filmed. There were a few moments where I felt a little uncomfortable because it was such a just weird racist people behind bars and things like that. Oh, okay. Huh. Because it was filmed in prison? Is that where Big Little... No, Big Little Lies wasn't. I don't know what the heck's that. Happy International Women's Day. Yeah, okay, that's a good place to end it off. And there's that Alia Bhatt Gal Gadot story for Netflix, Heart of Stone. Jesus Christ. Yeah, this is the danger, I guess. You guys with their shirts off at. Yeah, don't need to see that. All right, let's end out the show. Fuzz says, I had to know Zoe Kravitz was going to act like that. I wouldn't have seen Batman. Yeah, what was Big Little Lies? I thought that was that show with like Nicole Kidman and stuff like that. But she's saying that she didn't like to be in that area, like what it was like the upper rich neighborhoods, like the Hamptons or something like that. Big Little, yeah. Shailene Woodley, my Shailene. Yeah, it was like them. It was like them covering up a murder or something like that. These housewives in the rich neighborhood, and was she in it? Take a look. It got lots of buzz because the cast is stellar. Stupid HBO. Okay, I'll read it here on the side. Based on the same titled Big Little Lies, weaves a darkly comedic tale of murder and mischief on the beachfront town of Monterey, California. Okay, so show me the cast. So Zoe was in that. Guys, I'll be brutally honest here. I don't really have a lot of time to watch TV shows. I don't. If I'm not working on like all morning, I work on the YouTube show to bring these stories up, and I read it so that I can move through it and give you guys the highlights. And then afterwards, I have my lunch, and then I do whatever I need to do out in real life. And if I watch TV at night, it's mostly sports. I'll watch the basketball game. I'll watch hockey, baseball. Baseball is my number one game. And if the Blue Jays are on, guys, I'm going to be watching that. So, I'll watch the odd thing like Picard. I'll watch Boba Fett, Mandalorian, those kinds of things, the big shows that grab everybody's attention. But these smaller shows like TV, I'm not hooked on it. I barely watch TV anymore. I'm all online kind of stuff. And I spend a filthy amount of time watching YouTube. Like a grotesque amount. But that quote, I agree with you, Fuzz. I didn't like, and I came out yesterday trying to defend her a little bit because she was awesome as Catwoman. But when you come out and say that you didn't like that being in that neighborhood just because of that, hey, I know exactly how that feels because there are not many people around that look like me, okay? But you just, like, I'm going to the food court later this afternoon to have a coffee, and you're not going to see anybody like me. I'm going to be the only one like that. And it is what it is, man. You just got to deal with it. And you can't let it bag you down. And it's good. It's better that you don't say comments like that. That, ooh, I felt uncomfortable being in there. I went to this Hindu temple once with my partner, and she was fine dancing around and everything, but I was the only one that was not of that area of the world, and I was like, ooh, this feels uncomfortable. But but just because it was kind of like, I don't subscribe to that religion either, so it was kind of like, I felt like maybe I shouldn't have been in there. Like, maybe that's what she's trying to say, but the way that she said it, she actually used the racist word, and it was kind of like, yeah, okay. Well, that didn't turn out so well. There was that trailer with Chris Pratt that also dropped. What was that about? Let's go to my YouTube page that I'll have to take a look at. Yeah, see, everybody's running with this God of War, and this is Mr. H. Go check out his channel. He always does good stuff. There's Perry. She interviewed that Cody Smith McPhee from Power of the Dog. Cool. Okay, so what's this terminal list?
Well, when I first heard about the idea of recreating an area of Mars, in my mind at least, I could imagine being the first.
This is something on Prime. Chris Pratt, he did that kind of like alien sci-fi movie the other year, and that was on Prime too. The Terminal List. It's just a teaser. Let's just take a look at what this is about. Maybe it will get claimed. Maybe I shouldn't do it. I shouldn't do that. It'll get claimed, but we'll take a look at some of the clips here. Oh, is that it? That was it? It's just him cocking his weapon? Okay, so that's it. It's really not that long. On these things, yeah, that's it. New series. Tomorrow's War. Yeah, Fuzz, that's what it was. Tomorrow's War. Okay, so that's the teaser. It's really not that long. It's only like 5 shots. He doesn't do much. There's no point in reacting to that. You just see him turn around and... is there a description here in the comments? No, there isn't. Okay. I've read the series and it's so awesome. So it's based on a series. Okay. All right. I'll watch anything Chris Pratt does. I love that guy. Becky says. All right. Well, I think that's it, guys. We'll have to move on. I got to go and do some stuff. I was going to play guitar. I was going to play that quick lick for you guys too. Oh, shoot. I was going to do that too. See if I can pull that off. There was that line from... and I noticed yesterday, I was playing with that right in front of the fretboard and you couldn't hear it. But that lick from Broken Arrow. Now it's played on bass. I think you were right about that, Art Glass. And it's in a different key, obviously. If you watch Broken Arrow, then you'll recognize that. And they also use that in Scream 2. I don't know why they used it for both things, but that's what they used it for. Yeah. I've been trying to play a little bit more Nirvana and stuff too. Yeah, but anyway, I gotta get going. All right, guys, that's the show. I'll see you tomorrow.